this is Sherry, and I'm back with another no-chew recipe for you. It's been a couple of months since I've done a recipe for you, but tonight I want to do a baked squash casserole. Now, if you've ever had a regular squash casserole, you know it's got the big chunks of onion or chunks of squash, but we're going to take care of that because we're going to puree it. So we're going to start by cutting up our squash. We're going to use 2 medium-sized yellow squash or crooked neck squash, and I'm going to just cut them into some medium-sized chunks because we're going to steam these and then we're going to puree them. We'll put them in a steamer pan, steamer basket. So we're going to do the 2 medium-sized squash and then 1 small onion. So finish these up. Those are big enough. So I just cut my onion into some just big chunks. Just put them in there with the squash. We're going to steam it all together. You can just cut them in fourths if you want to. Whoops. Okay, so we've just got all of our squash and our onion in a steamer basket, and I'm going to put those over about 2 inches of water in a saucepan and just cook those until they're tender. So here we go with that. And when that's done, we'll be back. Thanks. Our squash and our onions have steamed. It took about 20 minutes for those to get tender. And I've let them cool for a little while because I don't like to put anything really hot into the food processor. So I've let them cool for about 15 minutes. And now we're going to put them in the food processor and puree them. And then just turn that on. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to just pour this back into a bowl. Now we're going to make the rest of the casserole. Okay, now we've got our squash and our onion mixture pureed. Now we're going to mix all the other ingredients together. This is really pretty easy as long as you get all your ingredients gathered together. First thing I'm going to do is grease a casserole pan. So I've just got me a paper towel, and I'm going to get just a chunk of butter and just grease the inside of a casserole dish a little bit with the butter to keep it from sticking. Okay, that should do it. Now we're going to add 1 egg to a bowl. We're going to add a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. We're going to add about 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You can use the pre-shredded. I like to shred my own. But now I've already ground up the Ritz crackers. I've got 1 cup of ground Ritz crackers. You can use breadcrumbs. Some people are gluten-free. You can use some gluten-free breadcrumbs if you want to. I've kind of started doing some gluten-free things, but not for this recipe. So I want to do about 1 cup, and I want to save some for the topping also. We want to do some salt and some pepper, just to your taste, and about 1/4 cup of melted butter. And I want to save just a little bit of that for the topping too. So we're going to mix all that together. Now we're going to add our squash mixture. So just pour that in and mix that together. We're going to pour it into our casserole dish. This does make quite a bit. You don't have to make this much. You could cut this recipe in half and just use 1 squash. Now we're going to put some more cracker crumbs over the top. There we go. And just a little bit of the butter that was left over. This is kind of a little bit of a rich dish. Here we go. Now we're going to throw this in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes or 35 minutes. And I'll be back to show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. We're back, and our squash casserole is out of the oven. Smells delicious. The Ritz crackers just give it that nice toasty smell. So we're going to dish it up for you and let's see what it looks like. This is going to be so tasty. It does kind of hold together, but this is going to be something you're not going to have any trouble eating. All of the seeds, all of the skins are pureed up very nicely, and with your topping on there, this is going to be delicious. So I hope you give this a try, and I hope you like it. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. And I've enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. Thanks, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye now.